Bing, boing, bing. Everybody has a story to tell with Toddy One Skip. Hey guys, this is Everybody's Got a Story to Tell with Toddy One Skip, and I am Toddy One Skip. How you doing today, guys? What's going on? I made this salad, kick-ass salad that I made there. Guys, so Kathy, her channel, it's Deep Soul, Curious Deep Soul. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to mess that channel up. Let me look at it so that I say it right. The Curious Soul Deep Dive Study. That's a long name. Anyway, everybody has a story to tell. Toddy One Skip. I guess mine's longer, huh? Anyway, guys, listen. I listened to Kathy, her channel, and a few of you have said, what's my take? I think she's trying to find the truth. I think that she is focused on just trying to find the truth, and that she's very balanced in the way that she does that. That's why I listen to her. So this isn't about bashing a content creator or anything. I listened to her theory on, without using the word, I guess, GROLMING, Eric with Timmy. And the reason why perhaps Eric was taking Timmy away for periods at a time so that he can get used to not being around his mom. And I thought, never thought about that before. There's probably some sort of truth in that. And, here's the thing, to be so diabolical as I believe Eric is something that comes with planning and probably some hindsight of past experiences and what you learned and what not to learn. And depending on who you associate yourself with, like I was having a conversation on my other channel about people that spend time doing time. So they either become great students of how to break the law even better so that they're not caught the next time, or they change their life around, and that's up to them, right? So I think that it takes hindsight to see a plan in motion like Eric, I think, had. And I'd have to agree that that makes sense to me. So now Kathy called out Patrick, and I get it. I get it. Absolutely. Absolutely. You should have had your neighbor's back. And I think that Patrick knows he should have had his neighbor's back. And I believe he's doing things that he can't share right now in helping his neighbors. Now, does he have their money? Yes, he does. He does have their money, and we've been through that. And I feel like they should have their money, but also when they need him to get stuff and they don't have the money, what should happen there? So that's something, that you have to think about. If somebody's going to you and saying, I need this or I need that, and they already went through their money, now they're going through your money. But here's what I would also say. This money that the Whittakers made, like, where did any of it go? Like, were they ever distributed any money? Because they started making money at the end of June. So we'll give it to July that the channel became monetized. There should have been a paycheck for August, September, and October for September's content. And that, as far as I know, that channel's still on. I would assume it's still monetized. So I just want you to know that I asked Patrick, when did you realize that he came in there and it was about, it was about what it was about, and when was your eyes open? And excuse me, he said it was well after what we're talking about. So listen, I'm not defending, I'm saying what he said to me, to the point that I said to myself, wow, it took you a minute. And I know I said that out loud to him, and he said, that's when he said, listen, Toddy, I'm an asshole, but I ain't that kind of asshole. So I know that I've spoken to Patrick and asked, why didn't you do this or why didn't you do that? And Lady K touched on it too. And he said he felt intimidated by Eric. Now, we have to decide Do we believe that or not? That's what we have to decide. And did he find out what was going on so much later? Now, I totally agree. There is contradiction in the BJ story, and I'd like to know why that's a contradiction. And if it's simply because I didn't have the guts to stand up to Eric, then, do you crucify a man for being weak? I don't know. And if this was all planned out, of course, if we find out that this was a duet and now they got busted and they're both guilty as hell, absolutely. Even if Patrick is 40% guilty and Eric's 60% guilty, even if Patrick is 20% guilty. And I don't mean by bringing somebody in who reached out to him first, said, let me help you with this. Maybe we could build them a home. Maybe we could do all this. And Patrick, he doesn't know anything about business. He said that. Oh, okay, is this how you do it? Let's okay. But then there was obviously nefarious things that were going on. Well, Patrick's thing was, I had a broken leg. I was out of it. I wasn't there, really. I was put out here, and apparently just finding out, I was actually put even further away, where somebody might have been messing with my phone. We have to either believe it or not believe it. It has to either make sense or it doesn't have to make sense. But we can't, in my opinion, say, I don't know what Eric's intentions were. Maybe Eric's intentions were honestly to help, and he was going to get a little bit of something, and then something came into play and he said, fuck that, I'm going to get a lot of something. I don't know. Maybe Patrick said, oh shit, man, we could get them a house and I could get some money too, and wouldn't that be great? And that could have happened too. Okay, so I don't know. Like, I don't know what happened. I know that one guy has all the money and one guy's got some of the money, and one guy's in town still willing to help the Whittakers with whatever they need and provide for them, and one guy's completely out of town shutting things off. Guys, I'm also going to do a video because Brian Cody brings up the non-competition clause in the letter that was shared. Thank you, Patrick, for what the Whittakers got as far as, the non-competition. So we'll get into that later today, but I wanted to put this out there. And again, when you look at all the work Kathy put into doing that timeline, it's kudos to her. Like, seriously, I don't know what she does in real life, but that shit's honestly impressive. So hats off to her, and go check out her channel. I'll drop the link below for you guys. All right, guys, this is the Whittaker story, and it's a mess. Isn't it a mess? Well, we'll get into it a little bit more and more today. So thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. Have a great day. Bing, boing, bing. Everybody has a story to tell with Toddy One Skip.